Last week we talked about the compassion of the American people. And we said how the American people were pulling together and the American people were winning. But there are forces among us who are tearing us, are doing their best to keep us divided and to keep us torn apart. And unfortunately, those forces are the very forces that we should be looking to bring us together. It should be the driving force of uniting us instead of dividing us. And those forces is the church. It's the church in America, and more specifically, it is those who call themselves evangelicals, which is the new name for the used to be the moral majority, which was neither moral nor the majority. And these people are not evangelicals. These people are not conservative Christians. For there's no such thing as a conservative Christian, because Christianity is not about being conservative. No, these people are no more than the American Taliban, the American ISIS, for they are the American religious extremists, bent on making our government bow to them, and anybody else bow to them, and anybody else who does not is considered evil. This past Friday, Ralph Reed, who was the original director of the Christian Coalition and now calls himself the head of the Faith and Freedom Coalition, I believe, was on Bill Maher. And Bill Maher asked him, why does this president have such strong support amongst evangelicals? And Ralph Reed was quick to pipe up, oh, it's 80%, and he has 80% of their approval. And so Bill Maher pressed him for an answer. And it was very interesting. He says, well, he's a man of his word. He put forth this list of 21 people that he said would be acceptable as Supreme Court nominees. And when he became president, he nominated a person from that list. He didn't deviate from that list. He kept his word. And look, the stock market is up. Unemployment is down. 1 million new jobs have been added to this economy. This man is a man of God. He didn't add that last part. I just added that last part. But Maher even countered, but this man has no Christ-like tendencies. He's an egomaniac, and he's all about money. Those are not Christ-like attributes. And Ralph Reed couldn't answer that. He couldn't say that. He never talked about this man's faith. It was all about things that are really unimportant. We didn't talk about healthcare. We didn't talk about the lies. We didn't talk about the tweets. We talked about superficial things. And that's not Christ-like. And if you want further evidence about these people, look at how they are spreading this evil things about Colin Kaepernick, the former quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, who to this day remains unsung, who's a free agent, a talented quarterback, one of the most talented quarterbacks probably in the league, but yet he remains unsigned, all because he refused to stand for the national anthem. And in fact, I've seen people post on Facebook these memes from these conservative sites saying, aren't you happy that this man is still unsigned? Doesn't it make you happy? And so I had to ask one person the other day, why does this make you happy? And the response was, because he don't know how to stand up for the national anthem. And I didn't say anything more, because what more could I say? That we're going to persecute this man, not because he did anything, not because he committed a crime, but because he did something that really in the whole universe was inconsequential. He didn't desecrate a church. He didn't speak ill of anybody. He didn't say he's going to grab somebody by their genitals. He didn't steal. This man sat down so that others could stand up and be accountable for the injustices to other people. This man was able to bring focus to people, and never has this man sought to defend his actions. He's let his actions speak for himself. You don't see him speaking in the press all the time, but yet you see his actions. You see him giving money to this organization, giving to this, to that, still of his salary, and not out here protesting and saying, oh, I'm so great and isn't this awful. This man is being more of a Christian than the man in the White House. But yet we want to persecute Kaepernick because of one thing. And it's not even about not standing up for the national anthem, but it's about that his color of his skin. And that is what is so insidious about these people. And yes, they'll say, oh, we're not racist. We don't look at color of the skin. But that is not true. Reverend William Barber called them out the other week when they all went to Trump and laid hands on him and said, where are you on these Moral Mondays when I'm out here fighting for poor people? Where are you? Where was your voice during this healthcare debate? Where were you speaking out against the things that Trump is tweeting? Yes, you can go pray for him, but you also need to be out here on the front lines. And if you're not out here in the front lines, then you don't need to be there in the White House for the photo op, because that's all it was a photo op. And that is not what Christianity is about. We have to do better. These are not Christians. And you may criticize me for saying this and I'm not being judgmental, but the things that they spout are things that are not in the Bible. Because I know the Bible. I may not be a Bible scholar, but I've read the Bible and I know what's in it. And I know the message of the business. And the central message is, thou shalt love each other. And it doesn't say go around judging each other, which is what these people want to do. No, they're not Christians. And it's time we started to say that over and over and over. Do not take the name of the Lord God in vain.